Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel and my studio here at home. I'm James, yoga teacher based in Southern California in the Orange County area. My website is ocyogi.com where you can find more information about my offerings and currently my online virtual classes. Today's practice will be an active sort of Hatha Vinyasa style practice. Hatha Yoga, in terms of my understanding, embodies the overall physical aspects of yoga. So whether it's Vinyasa style, some things in the West here we refer to as, let's say, power yoga, slow flow, etc., it all sort of falls under this umbrella of Hatha Yoga practice, okay? So I do have a mixture of more dynamic asanas and postures where we move a bit more, and some, of course, where we hold more static postures. And I base my practice and my classes in the concept of Vinyasa Krama, which means action placed in a special way, in a particular way. So the way I sequence my asanas together, the postures together, the way we move with the breath, that's all sort of, for me, is considered Vinyasa Krama, or action placed in a special way. With the practice, I always recommend to my students that they modify the practice as they need to and they rest when they need to. If you have any medical issues, please consult your physician and make sure that a physical yoga practice is suitable for you or not. If you have vertigo, let's say, or high blood pressure, you don't want the head to be below heart level for long periods of time. So please be mindful with that throughout your practice. And study yourself as you practice. Maintain that conscious breath connection. Rest when you need to. Use bolsters, equipment, straps, blocks, when it's relevant, of course, to the practice, to help you. Don't force any stretch. Don't try to muscle your way into positions and twists where there's a potential to hurt yourself. So that's really what I ask of you to do in terms of with regards to being mindful about your own health. I wish you a wonderful practice. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and come to a standing position. Facing forward on your mat with the feet about 6 to maybe 8 inches apart. Lift the toes up, fan them open, and let them settle. Draw the belly in and up into the lower floating ribs here. Draw your tailbone down and underneath you, and keep a little soft bend in the knees here. Nice slow inhale, shoulders roll up, and with your exhale, come back down. Now as you press into the feet, extending through the knees, stand tall, close the eyes, bring your awareness and your attention to your breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Now try to seal the lips closed if there's no obstruction in your nasal cavity. The inhale and exhale is both through the nose. Slowly blink the eyes open. Make a fist with each hand. Circle the hands around, warming up your wrist joints. And shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And up, forward, and down a few times. Now these next series of movements, if your knees are sensitive, you don't have to go so low. So we'll gradually start up higher with the sitting back, and then gradually we will work our way lower. But if your knees are sensitive, again, you don't need to go so low here. Lift the toes, fan them open. Maintain those internal locks or bandhas. Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale as you stand. Inhale to chair. Exhale as you stand. Keep going. With your flow, with your pace of inhale and exhale. Continue to maintain the lift out of your waist and draw the belly in, tailbone underneath you, especially as you sit lower. Energetic throughout your arms, all the way to your fingertips. Good. Now let's go ahead and face each other. If your mat was pointed directly forward, you could just step outside of your mat, and that way you could face me. So if I were to be, let's say, facing you, and I was watching you, I would step outside of the mats with my feet this way, right? So either way, however you want to situate yourself. But we'll try to mirror each other now. The toes turn out, belly button, keep drawing it in. Upright posture, extending out of your waist. So energetic lift through the crown of your head. Okay, straighten out the legs. Inhale, sweep. And exhale, float hands. So now you're energetically reaching in opposite directions. Zigzag your way a little bit left and right here. If you feel the chest forward leaning, pull back a bit, belly button in, sink a little bit lower. If that's a bit much, you're a bit higher. You maintain a higher lift with the hips. Want a bit more, sit a little bit lower. Arms parallel as your hands come forward, palms face each other. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower down. Now, your right hand inhales high. Exhale up and over to your left as you reach. Maintain lift out of the waist here, belly button in. If you need a little bit of help, your right hand might rest or your forearm here. Up and over to your left as you reach. Press to come up, inhaling. And exhaling over and up and over to the other side. Maintain the lift and length, and now you're reaching over with your left hand. Inhale as you come back, and exhale, lower hands down. Now, some might go a little bit wider with their stance. Some might stay just the same, depending on how sort of open you are in the pelvis and the hips here. Now, as we mirror each other, The movement, I'll show one. It'll start here with an inhale. Exhale, I'm going to turn to my left, you'll turn to your right, and lower down. Now hand can come to the floor, or you could bring a block nearby in front of you, right? So let's start back up here again. Inhaling. Exhale, turn to your left and lower down. Your right hand. Brace core, suck in belly. Hover to come back up with inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Flow with your breath here. So tune into the stretch along the back of the legs. Gentle, right? Don't go so low with the hands, especially if the legs are tight. We're just warming up right now. So keep a little micro bend in the knees if you need to. Now on this side, if your right hand is down, keep it down. Maintain lift length out of the waist. Think long torso spine. Shift the weight slightly forward, and your weight is balanced between the front and backs of your feet, right? Between the balls and the heels of the feet here. Reach your left hand up high, or relax arm behind back. And your gaze could be towards the floor for now. No need to strain the neck here, but if you want a bit more, if you want to start to kind of warm up the muscles in the neck, maybe chin to chest as you slowly turn to look up towards the ceiling. Inhale that left arm and exhale, come back down, brace through the core. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, turn to your left and turn to your right and your left arm comes down, left hand comes down. Opposite hand reaching or relaxing behind back. And again, maintain lift and length. Notice where you're balancing across the bottom surface of your feet, across the soles of your feet. Hand to the floor or to the block, maybe chin to chest, a little turn to look up towards the ceiling, and then noticing if the neck feels the same and with regards to sensation and the direction of your rotation. So sometimes your neck might be stiff turning one way and not the other, so just be aware of that. Inhaling arm. Exhaling, coming back. Now hands to the floor or blocks with you. A little bend in the knees, dynamically, left and right here as we move. Keep sucking in the belly, keep hugging the belly button in. Shoulders away from ears, long neck. Good. And then now turn to come on your mat, facing forward again. Dvipada Pittam, or neutral table. Fingers spread them wide open. Now hug the fingertips in just a bit here as you activate the fingers and grip your mat. Eyes of your elbows rotate to face forward. Keep a little micro bend in the elbows. We'll start to flow through Vidalasana. With our inhale and exhale, inhale will arch, belly down, gaze forward, tailbone up. Exhale, round back, suck in belly, chin to chest, tuck tailbone underneath. Push into the floor, press floor away. Good. Keep flowing with your breath here. And then you can send the hips to the left and look to the left. Inhale to center. Hips to the right and look to the right. Back to center. Send the hips to the left and keep the head up, come over like you want to look over and behind your left shoulder. Send hips to the right and come over your right shoulder and try to look behind you. And back to center. Arch coming to Vitalasana or cow. Round back, Marjariasana or cat. Good. Now you can stretch out the hands a bit here. Top of the right hand presses against the floor. Gentle as you lean back a bit. Keep a little micro bend in the elbow if you need to. And you can also try curling fingers, opening, closing here. If you straighten it out, easy with that wrist stretch. Other side. Top of the left hand coming down, micro bend, making a fist, opening, closing. Or you straighten it out, eye of the elbow facing forward, and you might lean back just a bit here, gentle with the wrist. Sit back on your heels, a little deeper flexion for the knees, stretching out the tops of your ankles as well. And any other way that feels good for you, stretch out the hands. Sometimes I'll even take one kind of finger at a time, gently press back. If you're at a desk, or if your work is involving you sitting on a keyboard in front of a computer a lot, take the time for yourself kind of every 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so, and stretch out your hands. Excellent. Let's come back to that neutral tabletop position. Now, we'll start with Chakravakasana, sunbird pose, or spinal balance posture, sometimes also called here in the West, bird dog. So we'll slide our right foot heel back, curl toes, and lift it up hip height here. Belly button, draw it in, neck long, looking down. If steady, reach left hand forward. Shoulders align. Long neck, pull the shoulders away from ears. You don't need too high with the hip here. You want to try to kind of cat out of the lower back actually. So you don't want a back bend here. You want as much length and a flat, straight kind of spine as possible here. So hugging in the belly is really important here. Okay, reach left hand forward. Your right hand actively pressing floor away. Now point right toes, inhale. Exhale, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Inhale as you send it back. Exhale, this time you're going to bring the elbow, your left arm across, and you're going to draw your right knee from the outside towards your right elbow. Okay, so we're going to go back, inhale here. Exhale, opposite knee, opposite elbow. This time as we go back and inhale, and it's a pull and kind of like a helicopter leg here coming across. You can flex toes or point toes. Suck in belly. One more time. Inhale it back. And exhale from the outside. Hand comes back, knee comes back. Pick up that right hand, make a fist, circle it out. And again, stretch through the wrist if you need to. Good. Hands back down. Excuse me. Let's do the other side. Left foot heel extends back. Belly button, draw it in. Square up the chest with the floor. Hug the belly in. Kind of tuck that tailbone underneath as much as you can. Dorsiflexing toes towards you, right? Square up the hips here. Left hand actively pressing. Reaching right hand forward. Shoulders away from ears, neck long, pull the belly in. Pointing toes, inhale. Exhale, opposite knee, opposite elbow, or knee to forehead. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, come in. Now this time as you inhale it back, exhale, you're kind of doing like a pull with your arm, and you're bending the knee, coming on the outside here, belly in here, okay? Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract, knee to nose or forehead, or opposite elbow. Inhale, go back. Exhale, come from the outside now. One more time on each side. And hand comes back, knee comes back. Turn the left hand over and top of the hand press it into the floor gently, or keep a little micro band. And release a little bit here, opening, closing. Now, come onto the fingertips, curl toes under as you sit back on tops of the heels. Some might have a block and place a block and sit on the block, okay? If the stretch feels good, then you can gradually come back up and sit more upright as you stretch through the feet, through the soles, and those top front arches. Sit up tall, belly button in. I'm already breaking a sweat here. Shake out the hands. Good. Let's come back to neutral table position and lift the knees off the floor just a couple of inches. Now actively press into the floor, hugging the belly. Inhale here. Exhale, hips up for our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog. Go ahead and march with the dog here, walk it out. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. And keep hands pressing into the floor, into the mat, sending the heart and the head towards the thighs, towards the knees. And feet about hip distance apart, maybe they settle, or your hands are on your blocks. That'll give you a bit of an advantage to get the heels a little bit closer to the floor. Notice the space between your ears and your shoulders as you hollow out the belly in at the same time. Now, as you lift the heels off the floor, bend the knees and keep pressing floor away. Let the belly come closer to the thighs. Inhale, lift here. And exhale, look forward, step, or walk forward. Now, feet can be apart a little bit here. Lift, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward folding. Now, if vertigo or hypertension, you want your head about heart level. You don't want to keep the head below heart level for too long. So you could be here. And you could gently shake the head no here. And nod the head yes. If the forward fold feels good, maybe a little bend in the knees. Ragdoll or pendulum, side to side, hands hold opposite elbows. slowly roll up to a standing position. Samastitihi, hands beside you. Interlace hands behind back. Keep the interlace firm, but the palms apart. So it's not so vigorous through the shoulders initially. Hug the belly in and up, and tailbone, draw it underneath. Keep a little bend in the knees. Inhale, gentle upper back bend here. So those fingers are locked. Now inhale as you come to center. And keep the knees bent. Bring the hands overhead with you. As you start to come back up with the head and torso, release the hands. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen halfway. High plank as you step back. Phalakasana. Now core stays active. Belly button, draw it in. Right? Some might come to the knuckles if the hands or the wrists are hurting a bit. But gradually over time, you want to recruit those forearms more and keep the hands active, kind of hugging your mat so that your hands, your wrists, your forearms get stronger. Belly button, pull it up. And exhale, knees, half chaturanga. So right there is good. The advanced, slightly more intermediate advanced practitioner, your knees are going to be up. Okay, so I'm going to inhale back up here and halfway down. And you could be doing this with your knees off the floor. Back up as you inhale, halfway down. Back up as you inhale, all the way down. Now, tops of the feet stay down, energetic with the reach through the toes, knees and thighs lift off the floor. If your hands could reach back, engaging through the triceps, through the scapula and the upper back muscles, neck long, belly hug it off the floor, pull it into the spine, and lift the shoulders a little bit higher off the floor for a locust pose, Shalabhasana. Now bring the arms forward, and you might hover them here. Exhaling your hands back down. Hug the arms in. Inhale to press up to table or plank. Exhale, downward facing down. Nodding head, yes. Shaking head, no. Heel settle down. Breathe through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Right foot, inhale it high. Exhale it all the way through. Back foot heel comes down. Your right foot could slightly be to the right. Brace through the core. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, left pelvis forward, right hip back. Draw the belly in and reach the arms up here. Exhale your hands back down. Step back, high plank, inhaling. Half chaturanga, exhaling. Back up, inhale. Half chaturanga. Back up, inhale. And downward facing dog. Nodding head, yes. Shaking head, no. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Left foot, inhale it high. Exhale it through. Back foot heel down. You might heel toe your left foot slightly to the left. Belly button in. Brace through the core. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, warrior one. Your left hip draws back, right pelvis forward, belly button in. Hands reach up, maybe palms touch. Shoulders draw down. Feeling your weight even between your feet. Exhale your hands back down. Step your left foot back, plank, inhaling. And chaturanga. As you exhale. Now upward facing dog or cobra. So we'll stay here. Lazy upward facing dog, knees are down. A bit more active. Belly in and thighs and the shins are off the floor. Look over to your right. Look forward, inhaling. Exhaling to your left. To center, inhale. And lower down to your thighs and belly. Hands, walk them apart. Cupcake the hands. Fingertips press like this. Long neck, belly button in. Hover the elbows off the floor. Knees and thighs off the floor. Interlace hands behind you. Maybe a more full interlace this time. Neck long, suck in belly. Now as your chest and shoulders come off the floor a little bit higher, try to keep hugging the belly in. And now lift the feet off the floor also. Exhale, releasing hands back, press up with inhale, and downward facing dog, exhale. Nodding head, yes, shaking head, no. Now, back with the feet towards the back of the mat as you're looking back there, heel toe them all the way to touch this time, okay? So they're together now. Okay, hands same position in downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right heel back, extending it away from you. Square up the hips here. Now, bend the knees so the sole of the right foot is facing towards the ceiling and press with the right glute up towards the ceiling with the foot. Try to keep the left heel glued down. Extend and bring the right foot back next to the left. Inhale, extend the left, right? Energetically reach it away. Square up the hips, suck in the belly. You should be evenly pressing into the hands. Bend the left knee now. So the sole of the left foot is pressed towards the ceiling. And press it up here using the left glute. Slowly as you release the foot back down, look forward, step or walk forward. Feet together, lift, lengthen halfway, flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Feet together, come to chair, inhaling. Exhaling, sit a little bit lower. Draw the belly in, press the knees, thighs together. Tuck tailbone underneath you. Look up in between the hands and maybe bring the hands together. Shoulders draw back down. Slowly as you release, inhale, sweep arms and come up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Pick up the right foot only and send it back. Lower the knee, the shin. Heel toe the left foot a little bit further forward if you need to. Hands beside you or blocks here, hands on your blocks. Now, as you come up to your low lunge, your hips and pelvis are squared up, facing forward. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Circle out the hands and wrists. Palms face each other. Energetic reach with the hands forward. And now, raise your right arm as you inhale. And exhale it back. Open to your right as you inhale. And now stay there. You're reaching back there the whole time, but you're not turning to your right. You're trying to square up your chest and shoulders facing forward as you draw the belly in, and your left hand is reaching forward. So your shoulders are still aligned, or they should be anyway. Now, inhaling here, exhale, left hand down to the floor, keep reaching back with the right arm over here, and bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Okay? Reaching back there. Relaxing pelvis down, belly button in. Now reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Those that want a bit more, curl back toes, lift up the knee, and press the forearm against the thigh as you reach up over here. Spin the right foot heel down now. Exhale your right hand back down. Lower your right knee back to the mat. Hands frame the foot. Heel toe the left foot slightly to the left. Block underneath your right hand in case you need it. So you're in this position here, okay, with the block maybe underneath the hand. As you point right toes and bend through the right knee, gentle with that sort of flexion. You want to stay on the femur bone so the kneecap is safe. Inhale, sweep left arm around. Exhale, come around. You might use a strap here in case you can't reach the foot. So some might be onto the fingertips or the hand or the block. Some might come to the forearm and to the outer blade of the left foot as they open to the left a bit more. Soft through the neck and shoulders. So feel elongation and length here as you draw the shoulders away from ears. Opening to your left. Deep groin quad stretch on the right side. Now, as you release, inhale left arm, exhale and come back. And then at the same time, your right foot probably came down. Now, some might lift the knee off the floor, hands, just like a plank position, except that left foot is to the outside. If that's a bit much, you might be here with the right knee shin resting. Or for a lizard or dragon, you might be here on the forearms. Pull that belly in. Squeezing a bit through the glutes, on the right side especially. Now slowly as you come up with the hands, if you're on the forearms, and heel toe that left foot back to center, now your hands are again framing and you're in this low lunge. Beginner level, you might lower that right knee down. If you want a bit more, you're here, your right hand is down, and inhale, sweep to the left and up with the left hand. Belly button, draw it in, and inner thigh comes towards the belly on this side. Shoulders away from ears, reach and length here, revolved side angle variation. Or left arm reaching overhead. Inhaling, exhaling as your left hand comes back. Now we pick up the left foot and send it back up high. Optional flow. Transition with inhale. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Pedal it out, march it out. Settle the feet down. Nod head, yes, and shake head. No, hold here, 5 cycles. Energetic pressing of the hands, energetic thighs and quadriceps active, kneecaps lifted right up the thighs. Back of the neck and head is soft and relaxed. Find some space between ears and shoulders. Right foot, inhale it high. Exhale it through. Left knee, shin, top of the left foot down. So now again you're here, and as you square up, hips facing forward, slowly you come to your low lunge facing forward. Circle out the hands, give them a little stretch, shrug the shoulders up, back and down, and lift out of the waist. Hug the belly in here. Arms inhaling, and exhaling, both of them reaching forward. Now, your left arm inhales, opens to the left, and keeps going back with the exhale. I'm not going to turn to the left. I'm going to try to keep the chest squared up facing forward, but reaching back to see what the range of sort of limit in the range of motion is on this side. Exhaling. As I go forward and down, right hand to the floor or to the block here. I keep reaching back with the left hand. Now, curl toes, lift up that back knee and spin the back foot heel down, right hand to the floor or to the block. Now reach the left hand high. Exhale, the left hand back down. Turn, so you can pivot again. Lower the left knee, shin, top of the left foot. Heel toe the right foot to the right edge of your mat. Now, slowly as you have your left hand to the floor or to the block, inhaling, sweeping your right arm around. Exhaling, looking back and reaching back. Now you might bend through the left knee, stay on the femur bone, or use a strap if you need to, or a towel. Top of the foot as you grab from the outside, and draw the heel towards the hip. Those that want a bit more, you're coming to the outer blade of the right foot heel, kind of lifting the foot off the floor and lowering to the left forearm. Long neck, pull belly in, shoulders away from ears, maybe looking to your right. Or chin to chest as you turn to the right further to look up. Slowly as you release. Exhaling as you come back. To set up your lizard. So beginner level, hands to blocks. They're on the inside here, kind of like a plank position. Your right foot is to the right edge of the mat. Those that want a bit more, curl toes under, knee off the floor, hugging the belly. If you want a bit more, lower to the left, to the forearms. Extension through the left heel, pull belly in, energetic reach forward through the crown of the head. Tuning to the length of your spine. Slowly as you release, coming back. And now, we're going to go ahead and heel toe the right foot to the right, so the hands frame one on each side again. If you're gradually adding layers, you're lifting up the left knee, left hand to the floor or to the block. Inhaling, right arm sweeps up high. Exhale as you begin to settle into it. So inner thigh close to belly, belly button in. Reaching right hand up and away. Extension through that back heel. Exhaling, your right hand comes back. Now you circle to your left so that we get a separate leg standing sort of position with the legs and a long torso here, and gradually we'll start to let the stretch settle into place across the backs of our legs. The toes will slightly turn inward. Keep long through the torso, belly button in, inhale here, and exhale, relax and soften into your forward fold. Good. Use the hands to help you come back up a little bit higher. Okay? Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Shift the weight back into the heels a bit more. Brace through the core. If you need blocks or hands to the floor, that's fine. Little micro bend in knees. Brace through the core. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, relax through the head and neck and shoulders. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes. Good. Now, bring a block with you if you need to. We're going to heel toe the feet a little closer together, and our left foot is going to turn to the left 90 degrees. So I want the knee to follow the toe line, the middle toe line roughly, okay? As I draw the belly button in. Now, you can heel toe the right foot closer and closer, and then come to your half moon Ardha Chandrasana, or you could try to take off from back here. Block with you on this side, or maybe you need to be next to a wall, or if you have a bar nearby, something to hang on to, okay? If the floor is a little bit softer, like mine here, it's carpet, kind of double matted, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to balance. If you have wooden floors, it should be a little bit easier, okay? So I'm going to try to shift the weight into the left foot, and press off the right foot as I send my weight to my left. Now, I'm trying to stack up the right hip above the left here. Energetically reaching through the right heel. Hand to the floor or to the block is okay. Or, off the floor is okay too. Now, option for you to bend it through the right knee, Reach with the right hand from the outside and let the fingers find maybe the top of the foot. Actively press now as you draw belly in, and try to relax through the neck and shoulders. Maybe the left hand gradually comes off the floor. Good. Slowly as you release, softly landing with your right foot. Turn to your right and sit to the right here for Skasandasana or Ninja. Inhale here. Exhale to your left. Bending through the left knee and Skasandasana on the right side. Inhale to center. And exhaling. Relaxing into the fold. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, heel toe feet a little closer together. Right foot turns to the right, 90 degrees. Knee follows the toe line. Brace through the core. Again, same variation at half moon on this side. So block in your hand already or block placed there. Shifting weight. Back foot hovering off the floor. Energetic reach and lift and length. Core stays active. Try to stack up your left hip above your right hip. Now, you might bend the knee on this side also. Left hand from the outside reaching and cupping the top of the foot. Actively now, the foot through the leg starts to press. Bandha's active. Soften shoulders away from ears. Slowly as you release, softly as you land, turning to your left counterclockwise and Skasandasana. To center, inhaling, and Skasandasana on this side. Now, as you come to center again, we're in that separate leg standing stretch. And we're going to start to come forward, walking with our hands away from our mat. So, kind of like a high push-up position. Now, beginner level, your hips might be higher, and you might try a little bit of this. But I prefer if you come forward more, so you're more in that kind of traditional push-up position with the wider feet apart. So you're here. Belly in, hands wider apart, inhaling and exhaling halfway down. Hug belly, back up, inhale. Exhale halfway down. Back up, inhale. And exhale maybe a bit lower, mindful with the shoulders. 5 more. You could rest the knees down also. And then walk the hands back. Now, move again a little bit left and right. And come to a standing position. Your right foot turns to the right 90. Warrior 2 as you begin to settle. Opening through the pelvis, inner thigh opening towards the right and going down a bit more. Gradually, hips sink a little bit lower. Sukha, ease and comfort through the neck and shoulders. Energetically reach and find length. Virabhadrasana Dvi, Warrior Two. Inhale, extension. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Use block if you need to. Reach and find length. Don't dump into that right side body so much. Maintain lift and length. Little micro bend in the right knee. Brace through the core. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, right foot turns to the left 90 degrees. Left foot to the left 90 degrees. Heel archer, heel, heel. Wide stance. Virabhadrasana Dvi, Warrior Two on this side. Your drishti or your gaze past your left hand. Inhale, find extension. Exhale, Trikonasana. Notice it's a much wider stance, right? So if your hand doesn't go so low, it's okay. Maintain the lift and length. Gentle with the hamstring stretches. Option to relax arm behind your back if you need to. Suck in the belly. If you're turning to look up, slightly draw the chin in and then turn to look up. Little bend in the left knee. Inhale as you come back up to center. We turn the feet in again. Lift and length out of the waist. Little bend in the knees. Interlacing hands behind back for Prasarita Padottanasana Variation C. Inhaling here. Exhale, maybe palms together as you bring them up and overhead. And notice where your lower back finds comfort as you shift your weight slightly to the balls of the feet. Hug the belly in, keep that spine nice and long as you elongate through the torso, and then the top of the head softening towards the floor. Gradually let the stretch of the hamstrings get a little bit deeper, but naturally, don't force it. Micro bend the knees if you need to. Slowly as you release, hands to the floor, heel toe back a little bit closer, left and right dynamically as you move. Your hands circle clockwise to your right, so you're forward facing again. And your right foot steps back into your high plank. High plank inhale. And half chaturanga or full chaturanga, your choice. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog or child's pose, balasana. Your choice on where you want to use this as a pit stop. Bicycle a few times maybe. If you're in your downward facing dog, if you're in child's pose, you're resting. Now, slowly, those of us in downward facing dog will lower the knees, and those of us in child's pose will come out of the child's pose. Let's go ahead and have a seat and come down to our back. Hug the knees in, circle the knees around a little bit, massage the lower back. Maybe rock a little bit left and right. Or hands grab opposite elbows in Apanasana. And lower the feet down to the mat. We're going to heel toe the feet together and then heel toe them a couple of inches apart, just to kind of feel them out and just make sure they're evenly spaced. Okay, and they're close to the hips here. Belly button dry. Relax through the arms and shoulders. Let them just rest beside you, palms facing up. Now, start to engage through the glutes and lift the hips off the floor. Hug the belly in and bring the inner thighs a little closer together as you lift up high here. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Maintain a calm breath. Maybe through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, or continue to breathe through the nose only. Now, we'll pulse here as with our bridge here. So we'll exhale down, inhale up. Exhaling down. So you'll do this with your pace, but I want you to take full breath so that the upward motion especially, you can stay a little bit longer, right? So fuller inhales and exhales. Good. Now, you'll cross right over left, make a figure four, and again you'll lift the left hip off the floor. You'll maintain here. You'll try to send the right knee away and down as you maintain that right foot active and dorsiflexed. So hold here, 5 cycles of breath. Exhale as you lower down. Shake out the right leg a little bit and hug the left knee into the chest. And circle the knee around, massaging the hip joint. Now, using your strap, your hands, or your towel, you're going to extend the left foot away. Those using hands, imagine this is your tree and your palms, hands are going to slide up the tree a little bit higher. And the foot, you could kind of circle it around a little bit here. Some have the strap over the ball of the foot or the towel over the ball of the foot, and they're working the stretch there. Some peace finger the left hand, hooks the big left toe, and you're stretching here. Or you could grab the outer blade of the left foot heel also. Relax through the shoulders and the neck here. Belly button suck it in to press the lower back into the floor, and gradually let that stretch kind of take its place here. Right foot extending away, relaxing, or you might be here again, yogi toe lock. And those that want a bit more, brace through the core, forehead to left knee. Slowly as you release. Now, bend the knee and let it relax open to the left ear, and relax your head down also. Try to release a bit through the pelvis and the belly. The palm of your left hand can gently press on the inner thigh here, pressing the knee and the inner thigh towards the floor. So this is an external rotation through the leg and the pelvis and the hip here. As you release, your feet come back in. You cross your left foot over right with the figure 4. Press through the glutes and lift up the hips here. Your left knee going away and down. Your left foot is dorsiflexed and energetic. Belly button in. Hips press. Lift up nice and high. Soften through the neck and shoulders. Evenly root down through the 4 corners of that right foot. 5 cycles of breath here. Slowly, as you lower the right foot down, relax and shake out the left leg and relax it, extend the foot away. Hug the right knee in and clockwise circle, massage the hip joint on the right side. Strap or towel nearby, or gradually using your hands to find extension and length along the back of the right leg. Circle the right foot about the ankle joint maybe, point toes, flex toes back and forth. And then gradually working your stretch here. Don't force it, right? Core stays engaged if you're trying to lift up a little bit higher. But if you're stuck at a point where you feel like you can't get more extension, try to relax the head back more. Use the strap or the towel. Let the foot travel away from you. Away from you, you'll find more extension. Then gradually you can work with the strap, or the hands to come back. Yogi toe lock option on this side here, or the outer blade of the right foot heel as you grab. And those that want a bit more with the exhales, forehead to knee. Soften through the neck and shoulders. Slowly as you release, soft bend in the left knee, relaxing head and relaxing knee and thigh over to the right. Palm of the right hand can sit here for a little extra weight. Soften through the belly, relax through the hips. Good. Now slowly as you hug the knees back in, you can again rock a little bit left and right, circle around a little bit here, back and forth, or Apanasana. Hands grab opposite elbows, press the lower back into the floor. We'll do some passive twists. I like to go to my left first, but you can go to your right if you want. Just release a bit through the lower back. Soften through the neck and shoulders, and breathe into the rib cage on whichever side that you're twisting away from. So if your knees are to the left, you're breathing into the right belly rib cage. Don't press so much with the hand as you inhale. You can press a bit with the hand during your exhales. Switching back to center. And over to the opposite side. Soften through the head and neck. Excellent. And slowly, as you come back to center, you can also figure four on each side for a little figure four stretch here. And any side you want, or any variation of the sort of figure four stretch is okay. Sometimes I'll use one hand to gently press the inner thigh away as I bring the opposite knee in. And then we'll switch sides. Circle the knees around, massage the lower back some more, rock a bit back and forth, and come to a seated position. Crossing legs as you sit forward facing. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down, and gently shake the head no, and nod the head yes. Now, your left hand comes down. You can also have it on a block like this if you need to. Okay. Lift and lengthen out of the waist here as you inhale your right arm nice and high. And exhale up and over to your left as you reach. Keep your sit bones on the floor. Sometimes when you try to overreach, your right sit bone starts to come off the floor. We want to keep the thighs, the sit bones down as much as we can, but maintain the energetic lift using the breath. Slowly as you come back, inhale another side. And exhale up and over. Good. Slowly as you come back, have the hands behind you maybe. Relax the head back so it rests on the trapezius, on the shoulders. And inhale, lift the hips up here. Exhale it out. Slowly as you lower the hips down. So hopefully your space is, prepared for your Shavasana. And after this, you can come to your Shavasana, but I want to just go ahead and seal the practice with you for now, for today. Again, get comfortable in your space, whether you're next to a wall, your legs, feet may be inverted, or your feet resting up the wall, and as your legs and your hips are close to that wall, as opposed to a traditional Shavasana. But thank you again for joining me for today's practice. Tomorrow's will focus mainly the midsection. We'll target the core, the obliques, the abdominals. So we'll focus more on that tomorrow. But thank you again for joining me today. I look forward to doing this for you again soon. Until then, have a fantastic, wonderful, restful Shavasana. And until next time, namaste.